Hello and welcome to my Elite Dangerous, my personal fleet carrier, my second look, Beta 2. We're just outside of Dav's Hope. We ran around the planet as an abbreviated version because we don't want to grind too much, because what we do in beta stays in beta. So we jumped here in June. We'll probably stay for several days or even a week, especially with the fleet carrier. So we had to jump to the star, and then we jumped again to the planet that Dav's Hope's on. So we're going out to Jameson crash site. We'll do some scanning of the encoded materials, not a whole lot, but a little bit, and then we'll travel back to the Sothis area, but just to say we did, and to see how that goes. Get my controllers all working again. We have 344 tritiums, and we have 288 after the jump. Assist right. So what we need to do is come over here and do a transfer of tritium. Maybe about 140, let's say. Confirm. And then we're going to donate that. Gives us 484. Come here and it says we have 484. We'll have 428 after the jump in 11 minutes. bastard. On the neck. Sys view. Okay, we got 7 minutes left before the jump, and of course, like I said before, this is a completely abbreviated version. In June, we'll spend a lot more time here at Dav's Hope. This was just to say we did, we jumped, and we'll go out to Jameson to say we did, we jumped, and then we'll go back to the system we were at, and continue what we were doing. It says we have 484. Let's see where we'll be at the time. We'll have 428, so we need to put 72 back in there. Is this right? $565 that way. We come over here and it says we have 556, and after the jump we'll have 500 in the tank, and we're up to 18.7. It's because of the hull maintenance that they charge us. We have 4 minutes and 53 seconds before the jump to the system for Jameson. Appreciate you coming along. See the pad that's on top that has the lights, kind of spotlights shining? That's the one that we are currently in. Auto maintenance. We better do all this before they shut everything down. Fuel is full. Yep, all is good. Three minutes and 40 seconds. We're up to 18.7 on our weekly upkeep, and a lot of that is because of the jumps that we made. Hull maintenance was $6 million because of 8 jumps. The more you jump, the more your weekly cost will be. And see, they're going to shut down all the landing pads and lock them down. Two minutes, 15 seconds, and we'll be at Jameson. And we're not going to stay long at Jameson either. We're just going to get to the Jameson crash site, call the fleet carrier over.
Attention all ships. Hyperspace travel is imminent. Please maintain a safe distance from the carrier. Attention. Counting down to jump. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And where we want to jump to is here. But we're pretty close. Well, it's 1,000 light seconds. It's no route because we got to wait for the cool down period. As soon as the cool down period completes, we'll send it to 1,000 light seconds away. And the only reason we're doing it is because we can. It's a 2-minute cool down. And then we'll schedule another jump. We're waiting for the cool down time to complete. .15 we'll jump to where Jameson crash site is. Says left. It's only 516. So we'll go ahead and go over there and finish our work. Spend about 15 minutes and then catch the fleet carrier for going back to near surface.
Plans released. Ship departure confirmed. Commander. Remain aware of other ships in your vicinity.
Ready to engage.
Attention. This carrier has scheduled a hyperspace jump.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
And while we're waiting, please press that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you anything. You get notified when I produce more videos, and it'll help me with YouTube eventually. Underneath the video in the description toward the bottom, you will see ways to donate. Please consider donating. Underneath the video to the left, you will see my YouTube channel page, GFM_RDG, Sis Knight. And on that page, you'll see an About section that will give you an email address if you wish to use it. Going to the other side of the planet, it's usually, so a lot of times it's right on the edge of the sunshine. I don't think I've ever been out here when it's been sunny. Have to watch for undesirables. Always trying to interdict us.
Orbital flight engaged.
It will be dark. What these videos are is going through the motions of coming to Dav's Hope and Jameson crash site with the fleet carrier. Sis landing.
Landing gear deployed.
I don't really have our orientation. I think it'll be over here. It's probably the best landing area. Is this alternate? These landing spots are very small. Is this down? We'll leave the ship here.
Low gravity warning.
Sys full. Sys left. Make sure we are oriented to find it. I sure like that fleet carrier. It's not cheap, but it sure is nice. To be able to take it everywhere. You have all of your assets with you all the time. It's just so great. And we're going to do the encoding until the fleet carrier shows up. Back to the Sothis area. Like I said, it's an abbreviated version. I mean, we're going to do those things. I think we're on the other side. Okay. Just trying to orient myself to where we're at. Okay. I usually come over here to where I can reach all points at one time. Okay, I think that's where I want to be. We're definitely going to stay here until we get the email or the mail that the carrier made it. We're collecting encoded material. Dav's hoped we were collecting manufactured material and raw materials on the ground. We could collect raw materials here too. Sys full. See, we're going to try not to grind too much in beta because it really doesn't help us, or it does not help us in our live account. So we don't want to do too much. But we want to give you the idea of what we're doing. And we relog, go back to the main menu, come back, and we can rescan them again. And we told the fleet carrier to orbit this planet. Sys full. But to have a 500 light year jump range is really sweet. Sys right. And we can check on the fleet carrier. 23 seconds it's going to jump. And we have to wait 5 minutes for it to cool down anyway.
Incoming message.
Yep, means the carrier's here. See, normally we'd stay probably for another 30-45 minutes scanning. But there's really no use in it. Sys up. Wrong buttons. I'm the best at it. So we just kind of hop. Until we get over all the rocks. We'll get back to the ship, take it to the fleet carrier, and head back to the Sothis area. $620 meters. It's just so... See, there's some areas... I wish there was an auto landing where it got you to whatever you're targeted on. It gets you as close as it can to it. That would be kind of neat. Because it does know how to land and it does know how to find the spot, so... I just wish that was available. Sys down. Well, it should be about there. Yeah, I think we're missing it. No, it's not letting us turn, that's the reason. Is this down? There we go. Not always easy. Is this landing?
Landing gear retracted.
Gotta wait for the mast lock. Is this left?
Frame shift drive charged. charging. Ready to engage. 4.
It's only 1.7 million meters.
Engage.
So we need to slow down. Find out where it's at. Is this alternate? Is this left? And when the gravitational pull finally lets go and we can get going faster, we'll get there. If unwanted show up, we go downward. To slow down, we are slowly picking up speed.
Welcome, Commander. Remain aware of other ships in your vicinity.
Is this left? I think he's saying other ships in our vicinity.
Docking request accepted. Proceed to your designated path, Commander. Request accepted.
Well, I appreciate you coming along. And if you would, press that subscribe button. Help me out with YouTube. Doesn't cost you anything. You'll be notified on my future videos. And consider donating from within the description. It'll tell you the options of doing that. And underneath the video to the left, you'll see my YouTube channel page, GFM_RDG, where there's over 650 more videos for you to watch. And welcome to this, my personal fleet carrier, my second look in Beta 2. It'll be about a month before we can purchase it for good, and that is going to happen. Looking forward to that.
Docking confirmed. Engines shutting down. Welcome to this carrier, Commander.
Now let's plot. You see us right there. Okay, we can go ahead and go. Oh, we'll just put in Sothis to get in the general area. Okay, we got plenty of more. So we're going to take it to our original landing spot. It's going to jump back to where it's supposed to be in 15 minutes. One thing I do want to check. .316 after the jump. So 84. Is this right? We're going to put 84 into back into the fuel tank. Supposed to be 184. Is this right? Need to do another 100. After the jump, we'll have 500. That's where we're trying to get to. Is this right? And we have 15,467. So we need to gain back about 500, you know, in all. We might travel somewhere else, but those were the main places I wanted to travel. And we have done it. So I'm pretty happy with that. So I appreciate you coming along. Hopefully you'll come along again. We have 12 minutes before we go back. Ten minutes. Till we head back to the Sothis area. See, we're in the Sothis area, so I can grind credits. We go to Dav's Hope and Jameson crash site to gather materials and to work on my combat rating. And where we're parked, we can collect tritium, small amounts, but we can collect tritium. and we can do planetary exploration and collect raw materials.
The carrier has scheduled a hyperspace jump. Please conclude any remaining business in this system prior to departure.
So the things in June that we'll be grinding are credits and tritium. Now we can buy tritium, and we can fill the carrier. Like if it got down to say 5,000, we could go buy Robongo or Robingo, I think is what it's supposed to be, Robingo. And Hauser's Reach, and purchase tritium or tritium. Yeah, we're up over 20 now on our upkeep because of our jumps. Still better than the 127 million per week, because they charge you 750,000 every time you jump for hull maintenance. It's much better for me to buy tritium, but it makes good videos to do asteroid mining, and it certainly doesn't hurt me to practice. So it's good for me to constantly try to replenish that 16,000.
Attention. Carrier jump sequence is underway. Lockdown begins in 5 minutes.
So it doesn't hurt for me to, when we're not grinding credits, to be asteroid mining tritium. I could send the cutter over to Robingo and pick up a load of 720 tons, and it would catch us up pretty much immediately. So, or I could take the fleet carrier out there, and if it was more than one load, just load it up. So it's kind of the plan. We are going to go around to each engineer in June and top off all of our ships. So make sure that you come back and watch our videos then also, and I create videos every day, so you should watch all of them between now and forever. That's a pretty good plan, I think. Six minutes. And we're going to take this back to its normal home, its regular home, when we're not coming out to Dav's Hope or Jameson crash site or to Robingo to collect tritium or something like that. Now I'll probably be taking the cargo Python to Sothis Mining to pick up loads and to deliver them. Where in our live account we have 11.3 billion, or real close to that. And we just need to kind of keep that going. I like to have 10 billion all the time. It looks like so far it's costing 7 billion to set up the fleet carrier the way I would like, with the 16 tons of tritium, all the services. So I like the way it's setting up right now. That would leave me about 4.5 billion, which is not bad. Still pretty good. But I'd like to get that 4.5 billion and another 5.5 billion before the end of 2020 for sure. So grinding credits will be a weekly thing anyway. We'll do some every week, and then go back to asteroid mining, tritium, planetary exploration, all those things. Probably hopping around to the different systems, around Sothis and Ceos that are non-inhabited, and do all that stuff again. And in June, we'll have more resources like inera.cz and EDDB and all of those things to find the best places to mine tritium in the Sothis area. Three minutes, then we head back. You'll see the covers being put onto all the landing pads. But it was pretty painless to come out to Dab's Hope and Jameson. I mean, it's not cheap. It's probably going to cost us 20 million, round trip or something like that. But we make 20 million within 30 minutes. So it costs grinding for about 30 minutes to make that up at the most, maybe even after 20 minutes. So we'll probably do that round trip maybe once every other week in June to Dab's Hope and Jameson crash site. Probably jump over to the raw material trader.
Attention all ships. Hyperspace travel is imminent. Please maintain a safe distance from the carrier.
Yep, there's a planet back there. But like I had told myself, after the little over 2 weeks, I don't mind if I use up the whole 3 billion that I have left. I have a little over 1 billion on the fleet carrier, and I have over 2 billion on the ship. So, I mean, I have plenty of funds, and I don't mind having to spend them. Of course, it's in beta. What you do in beta stays in beta.
Counting down to jump. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
As soon as the hyper jump is complete, that'll be the completion of this video. But as I keep stating, if you would, press that subscribe button. Consider donating and watch more of our videos at GeoFilm_RDG. I'd really appreciate it. This doesn't take very long, and we'll be home. We're exiting the hyperspace portal. We've only used about 300 of our tritiums since we purchased the fleet carrier, so we haven't used that much. Okay, well, we're at home. So we're back in the Regua DTQ B32-1 system. So I appreciate you coming along. Hopefully you come along again, and until next time, thank you for watching.